Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to build a blueprint for one of the most critical roles in all of tech, the engineering manager.
So, what's the secret sauce here? Is it really just about being the best coder on the team, the one who finally gets that promotion? Well, as we're about to find out, the job is a completely different ballgame. You see, the reality is that this role is a huge shift. You go from doing all the work yourself to empowering others to do their best work. Your focus has to zoom out from your own keyboard to the entire team's success and even the company's biggest goals. Okay, let's really dive in. To get a handle on this, we're going to build out a pyramid of mastery for the modern engineering manager, starting right from the foundation and working our way to the very top. First things first, we have to lay the foundation. To be a great manager, you've got to be crystal clear on what the job actually is. So let's define those core responsibilities. And here's how it breaks down. Just look at the balance here. It's not all about people, and it's not all about code. The modern EM really lives at the intersection of team leadership, project delivery, and business strategy. You're part coach, part project manager, and part technical strategist, all rolled into one. All right, let's move on to our first pillar, and honestly, this is arguably the most important one: the people you lead. Your number one job is to create an environment where your team can absolutely thrive. Building a strong team isn't just about collecting a bunch of coding rock stars who work in their own little bubbles. No, it's about creating a cohesive unit that learns and grows together. That means hiring not just for pure technical skill, but for attitude and team fit, and then giving them the freedom and support they need to really take ownership. But of course, leadership also means navigating some tough situations. In handling underperformance, that takes a real balance of support and accountability. The key isn't to accuse or blame. It's to have a structured process. You identify specific issues, discuss them with empathy, and then build a plan for improvement together. It's a way more fair, transparent, and growth-focused approach. So, you've built an amazing, thriving team. That's fantastic, but a great team needs a clear path to make an impact. How do you make sure they're consistently shipping high-quality software that actually delivers value? Well, that brings us to our second pillar: driving delivery. You see, great engineering managers create this predictable, steady rhythm of delivery. It all starts with being totally clear on what needs to be built, and it ends with learning from what you just shipped. This flow isn't just some boring process. It's a system for making sure everyone's on the same page, managing your speed, and keeping quality high every step of the way. And to manage that flow, you need the right tools in your toolbox. The real skill here is knowing there's no silver bullet, no one-size-fits-all solution. You have to pick the right framework for the job. Maybe it's Agile for development, or RICE scoring for prioritization, or the Moscow method to figure out your MVP. Your job is to pick the tool that creates focus and gets everyone aligned. Okay, let's climb to the very top of our pyramid with the third pillar: strategic influence. This is where you make the leap from being a good manager to being a truly great leader. It's all about moving beyond just getting things done and connecting your team's tech skills to real business impact. This is where you really elevate the conversation. You stop just asking how we should build something, and you start asking why we're building it and what if we did it another way. Every single technical decision is a trade-off, a balancing act between short-term wins and long-term costs like maintenance and scale. Your role is to help the team see those trade-offs and make the wisest call. Let's make this super concrete. Think about choosing between a SQL and a NoSQL database. That's not just some technical debate for engineers to have in a corner. It's a business decision. Do you need a system with Fort Knox-level consistency for financial data? Or do you need something that can scale to the moon for real-time info? The right answer depends entirely on what your business and your customers truly value. So finally, what's the glue that holds all these pillars together? It's the leadership mindset. These aren't just techniques you use. They are the core philosophies that guide how you show up and lead, day in and day out. First up is servant leadership, and this one basically flips the traditional pyramid upside down. Your main goal isn't to command and control, it's to serve. You're the one removing obstacles, clearing the path, and making sure your team has everything they need to succeed. That's how you build an environment on a foundation of trust. Next, we have radical candor. And the best way to think about this is being kind, not just nice. See, nice is when you avoid a tough conversation so you don't hurt someone's feelings right now. Kind is when you deliver direct, honest feedback because you genuinely care about their long-term growth. It's that perfect sweet spot of caring personally while also challenging directly. And last but not least, there's situational leadership. This is such a simple but powerful idea. You don't manage everyone the same way. A junior engineer needs and wants direct guidance. A senior engineer needs autonomy to really fly. Your job is to adapt your style to be the most effective for each individual, meeting them right where they are.
And if there's one single idea that wraps all of this up, it's this one right here. Great engineering managers don't control teams, they empower them. Your success is no longer measured by your own code or your own output. It's measured by your team's success, their growth, and the value you all deliver together.
And that brings the question right back to you. This isn't just a theoretical blueprint, it's a challenge. Looking at these pillars, these mindsets, how will you empower your team? Because answering that question, well, that's the first real step on the path to becoming a truly great leader.